Machine?
David, I do not wish to hear it. I do not wish to hear it.
Come on, say something. Hey.
What?
You know,
Somebody dumped the
Let me lower this.
Let me tell you what happened.
Let me lower this.
So you know what I say to
Fuck. Okay, you know where that Palmer machine is? Where
Yes.
the chemical company works with there? Well, it's very specific. You put the powder stuff into the box for it to make the pollen, the chemical pollen, to go into the pollen, the chemical. Guess what? It turns into the thing. It has to go through a process where it comes out the end. For that, it goes into the thing, and the thing spins. Somebody had spilled a powder of that sap all over the top of the thing, one side of the tank, and all over the machine, all over everything. They spilled. They dumped a sack of it. Like, they got up there and they dumped it. They spilled it.
What?
All over the top of that. It's that powder stuff. Remember I said, when it gets on your hands, when it gets on the floor, it's really slippery, the stuff, you have to clean all of it off. Well, guess what I do? We go to storage. I'm going to bring my little scraper and stuff. Just scrape it off and put it in.
David, they don't even give you a job yet.
They're going to give me a job because guess what?
Who worked last night?
That machine needs to be clean.
Who worked last night?
Huh?
Who worked last night?
Oh, that guy.
Speak.
No, Keith didn't work.
Did I say Keith, David?
Rob, what is it? Ron. R.
Who's R, David?
That guy who drives the guy, R, just started with washing crab. Remember? R.
David.
Chris's brother, you said.
Oh my God, he did that?
It had to have. It wasn't there. I didn't see it when I came through. Do you remember when I went over there with Garcia and I gave him the money to get the part from the AutoZone? To stop at AutoZone for me? I gave him $20 over there. That guy? Hey, the stuff was, he must have spilled the sack. Somebody had to because it wasn't like that. When Keith came in, he went there and seen it. He said, what? He's been cleaned out. Hey, guess what? He put this much of that stuff inside the trash can. He took out the top of the machine where somebody spilled out the whole sack of it.
That machine is worth hundreds of thousands.
But all that, guess what happens? Unless it goes through the process, the chemical, it's just like white, like this clear in there. You know how you drop white stuck of paste, glue? Like glue? It looks like that and shit. And that can't go be in there. All that has to come out of there. He took out a bunch of it, but it has to come out bad. They have to take a little screen or something and take it out of there. You know what I mean? Because it just has to be thrown away. It can't process that. Just in the tank, the machine can't work with that stuff in there.
Orville, you just told me yesterday.
Fucking shit, I have to clean all of it off with scrapers.
No, you told me yesterday, Orville, that they had not been emptying the stuff. How did you put it? Remember you told me that they had...
the thing, the screw press, they got packed because if you don't dig it out at night...
David, are you talking or watching this shit?
Nothing. Guess what happens? If you don't dig out all that shell, what's been sitting in there, take it all out, dig it back. I had it way back once already. But if you don't dig it out at night, take your time and take it out of there, gets too tight. But when it starts, it's too dry in there, too tight. It gets stuck.
David, don't they know this?
You're gonna have to start doing
Don't they know this?
Yeah.
David, don't they know this?
Yeah. And guess what? I'm gonna empty it out myself. I asked if they'll come out again.
David, these are people making good money, working 12 hours, and they can't even do the job. Then you got Mexicans out there bragging that they're illegals. David, they wouldn't even let me apply for a job. They wouldn't even let me. I wasn't even qualified, and yet they got these Mexicans. David, you don't think I could work for a month or 3 months and get us set up with your money, my money, and my entitlement check? And they refused to give me a job. And yet those two Mexicans, I'm telling you, that's why you say you don't know. David, 150. Orville, it's not even on the internet. God is punishing that corporation.
Our forklifts in the shop, okay? Fixed, over there getting fixed. And they gave us this other forklift, okay? And it dies. You have to stop, the thing dies. Every time. You know what I mean? Guess what I was doing? I was telling him going to take the thing up there. And guess what it did? And then it gets to go where it wants to go, and you let go of the brake and you go forward. But it wants to go fast than that. Okay? Anyway,
That's against
and
ocean.
guess what happened? The forklift died when it went fast. You know what happens when it dies? It stops. And that fucking thing went like this. Look at me. The bed went, the thing like this, and it fell over inside. It fell off my fork. The thing full of shell. I said, fuck, man. This guy comes over his other forklift, and he picks up the end of it and sets it back up, all right? So I got a pile on the floor there, right? So I fucking go up there and put it up there and dump it, and it died twice. And the guys are sitting there. They got some guy inside the truck waiting to get the nitro come in. Okay, I finally get one of them dumped. I get the second one.
Around nitroglycerin?
Yeah, the guy in the big truck.
And you're passionate, and you put it...
I'm trying to get this thing on the side. It was out of his way. He could drive by it, but over there by the machine.
David, an ignition.
I have to dump these full things.
That will put an explosion
Before they can get there with their truck, they have to wait because I have to dump both of those. Or we really have a mess. Okay? We're having trouble with the screw press again. So anyway, I went over there and fucking got the second. No, I had trouble with the forklift. So I got a dump guy over there, went over there, and guess what I did? And that thing I put out of the drum in, this thing, the pile there on the floor, I shoveled in there and weighed it. And it's a different kind of, it looks the same, but it's different until it comes out of the press, because it presses all the water out of it. Guess how much it weighed? It was 1,122 pounds. They usually work about 800 pounds, 900. When they're full, 800 or 900 pounds of the shell. That's what that semi was picking up.
David, but every time they put this machine under that type of stress, I worked for engineers.
I told you I was on top of it, top it down, and guess what happened? All of a sudden, I broke through a hole like, I dropped all the way down, like up to my waist in that shell.
Why didn't it get it into your pants?
It went up, guess what? It pushed my leg up, and it went into the top of my boot. Some of that shell there a little bit. Just a little bit. No water. No water.
You know,
anyway, guess what I did? I got the hollow hole. We could put water in, and I got all that to go into it. Get it to work.
God, David, it's so much shit is going on. It is unbelievable. All around the country. We're listening to Donald Trump. David, what he's saying is true. I don't know how many times I have heard of Mexicans since I was a child get pregnant and you can stay.
In 1 month from now?
The little bastard tearing up my Bill of Rights.
Like in 1 month from now? All that shell equipment back there we're doing with the shell, all that is going to be moved over there to the other plant.
So you mean you're not going to have that express black hole coming up there every day?
I'm not going to be, guess what it's going to be? It's just going to be crab.
Oh my God, the crab oil will be there.
No shell here. I mean, no shrimp. They're only going to do shrimp over there.
So they're going to keep the crab holes here. Oh my God.
I don't care.
I do care. David, you are running.
Oh shit.
You were running.
10 years to put in here.
Oh my God. 10 years.
67 years old. Wow.
David, you're not going to live that long.
Hell yeah, I am.
10 years, David. If we could get this house, you're going to call Century 21 and you're going to talk to them. Tell them we'll do repairs to the house. They just provide the supplies. Or pay us for the supplies. The house just needs a baseboard on the floor. We're going to put carpet on top. It floods, so we can't put permanent carpet. But maybe we can have rent to own. But we will have property. I go through too much shit. And government has failed me.
We put a laminated floor, and then we put one of those rugs you can roll down and put it back out again.
Oh, listen.
Right.
The little house needs to be picked up. It's 1 foot lower into the flood zone. The Westport apartments, remember that old man that said we look homeless?
Okay, you know that guy, come here. Excuse me, they don't want you to be higher than that guy's apartment building, okay? But that's higher enough to protect you from a flood. We get permission to tear down the house. We tear down the house. We bring in some
It's not our property,
Look at me.
We'd be renting. We can't tear down the house, Gomer.
We buy the property.
We could buy it. It's cheap. I know
Make a
it's
deal
got to
to buy
be.
the property. And guess what? They told me the Chris signed for one. Julia, a loan or co-signer. I'll call over there and I'll get with them signing the co-signer.
Who?
In Washington.
David,
I'll call my mother.
your motherfucking family has never done nothing
But she'll
but
sign
beat
a
you,
paper.
keep in a cage.
So what? She signed the paper for them. She signed for me. I signed the paper. She's fucking so old. She should sign the paper. I sent her a paper.
We
She
can
signed
do it on our own. We don't need
Co-signer.
government, and we don't need your
For
sick family.
co-signer.
Anyway, you're going to call him
credit.
today.
Because guess what? What you do is you take and bring in some big pieces of steel and make like a built like a underneath it, all in steel. Then you put a house on top of that of the steel.
And that will make our insurance, flood insurance,
And they
cheaper.
come in there like the flood comes like that. You make it for that. The water can go through underneath it.
David, we're going to be up top.
I know that. Oh yeah, we'll be on
David,
top.
lower your voice
But
because these
underneath
people, even though they party all night, they will complain. Like you said,
No, well, they got
listen!
Like a dock. The water can go underneath it once if it had to. No,
Can I speak?
it'd be nice.
What experience do you have in this? Oh, we got to make sure there's bedrock down there. There may not be. Well, they got to be. They got that building. There's got to be something.
Oh,
You cannot put steel.
You put the steel in deep. You put like stakes
David, you can only go so far and you're going to hit the ocean.
underground.
There is architecture now for flood zones. For flood zones. That bisexual Brad Pitt helped build up in New Orleans.
Right now,
David, don't that make sense? We're talking about a what if. Century 21 may not even rent to us, much less sell to us. We need, how can we pay up our bills when everything is going just to stay indoors? But we will do it. And I close in the reins on you, boy. I put the spurs in you.
I never did nothing wrong.
Why were you running? Take her away.
Fucking bullshit.
Why were you running? Take her away. Everybody heard you.
It was bullshit.
And then she was running after you. It is
not.
bullshit.
No.
David, I'm tired of it, David.
I did anything wrong.
And we must
never
begin
have.
to start to sleep in separate
You gotta
beds.
start being nicer.
You're full of
Take my
shit.
hand.
Bullshit.
I'm going to.
No. What's your vow going to be, David? No. That's your bullshit, not mine. I want to get property. A little
You
lot.
can see the ocean almost.
David, you can hear the ocean.
Right there at the ocean.
You can
Well,
hear
that's right.
the ocean. No, this is where God placed me. Not because of the people, because they started peeping in the window when they passed by yesterday. They always do it when there's a group of more than
Hey,
two.
I'll take some of that stuff. Because guess what? Maybe we see they're lucky. We're going to the beach.
For what?
Maybe we see Lucky. I could put that on his belly.
We got to put diamond to make
I
sure
could
it's
put that
unlucky.
on her.
You need to put it on Oslo right now.
Show me that.
No, or you're going to call
There's
Century
Oslo.
21.
Hold on a bit.
I keep thinking about what that manager said. I was so stunned to walk in, and he already had someone else there.
Who?
That Westport Apartments. After he said it was ours. Just like, Sir Spray. What do you mean, It is fucked up. Even he said, we should not be homeless with that much money. God dang, we're not renting a mansion in the cement pond. Oh, well, I'm listening to Trump. I gotta catch up.
He was in Florida yesterday. Last night.
He was.
They showed it. Last night, I happened to serve that C-SPAN station. You know what I'm talking about? And they had him yesterday afternoon in Florida.
I want to volunteer. I already put it. I already sent you an address. I can work the telephone banks from other states and Washington. like I did for Obama. I don't need to come to one of their meetings. I don't need to be a part of none of these people. I can do it on the telephone. I can get Skype back up.
You know what he said? He said Hillary Clinton did more than Martha Stewart did, and she went to prison.
That is true. Because her husband was president.
Why is she giving her favoritism? She should be arrested.
It's a double standard. They made fun of HP's CEO. What's her last name now? Fiona? Orville.
Huh?
What is her last name?
Who?
That woman that the View made fun of. Fiona? Just think, the View, before millions of people made fun of her. A presidential candidate.
No, you know what
And later we talk about her wig.
She should be his running mate.
Huh?
I think she should be Donald Trump's running mate.
I think she should too. I think Donald Trump should
We can put her in charge.
reach out. No, he needs to do it personally.
She got business mind. She knows what she's going to.
David, she knows what she's doing. She did the tough things like we're going to have to do with immigration. She had to lay off people to make the company work.
You right here? They're doing airstrikes against that ISIS leader.
Oh, finally, ISIS is a threat. Did you hear Obama? He still didn't want to say it was Islam. Oh, they got ISIS under control. No one's going to control ISIS. They're too rich. And they're too hateful. Iran, none of them. No one's going to control ISIS.
They arrested a guy trying to get on an airplane.
Orville, they're
In
here.
Paris.
In 2003, David, on the number 12 bus. Listen,
What?
I'm speaking. On the number 12 bus in Portland, Oregon in 2003 in December, I got on the bus and one of them people, one of them terrorists sat next to me. David, I predict death. I sat there, David, and then later on I heard when I was in Texas that they had found another cell there. They're everywhere. And white America, they're clueless. They're clueless. They're too busy with their Eskimo pops. No, oh, they're going to hire you because you're the best thing there. And I'm going to be on you like stink on shit.
Oh, what? Look at Patsy. I'll put that jacket there for her. She put up with the fur. Oh.
We got to get her some Fox 4 Revit first so she can lay on. She's still feral, Orville. She still wants to go out. Once we get our property, the porch will screen in real good. They can go outside. They can go outside.
She don't like her.
None of them like the leash. Did you see Gracia
Takes it out of my hand.
take off her?
She's mad. She takes it. She wants to go run. She'll grab the leash out of your hand.
You should have seen her in
And
Lucky.
carry the leash in her hand.
And there were people that wanted to give me a ride. I kept praying, God, please don't let no one stop. I had a great time. You're going to see, we're going to walk to the Chevron. It's going to be a little wet.
Chevron?
Yes.
No, we do. We go to your spot, and then from there we just walk down to the cash and carry.
Orville, I'm going to the Chevron. You go wherever the fuck
Buy the
you
other
want.
creamer then.
Orville.
You walk all the way down this street?
You have an issue,
No, I don't.
and it's called free will. You go wherever you want to go.
We can walk to cash and carry.
You see, it's your free will. You're like these motherfuckers.
Buy the other creamer. We're the other.
David,
Okay, we walk to cash and carry.
you think so?
Yeah.
Look at
I'm
you,
going
David.
to.
And what?
I want you to buy it's a
We can get the strudel when the car's running. We'll go over here and Chevron's got some good ones. They cook
I
them
know, we're gonna
fresh.
walk around.
Every time I go in, I tell them how good it is. Because they need to know they're putting out a good product and to keep putting it out. God, David. They don't want Trump. And then Ryan. Oh, another John Boehner.
We don't want them.
They don't want Trump because Trump is speaking truth. David, Mexico puts out a pamphlet on how to cross the border. Then yesterday, oh, it made me so angry. And your friends, your coworkers saw me. We were talking about it.
They don't like Trump.
No. And not only that, they said we're illegal, we're working here, and more are coming. And they laugh like they do on optics, on TV. And white America is okay with that. Understand? They see the harm because they live among them. They see them. God dang it, in Portland, I saw a Mexican mother beat her child. Look at the Valero,
LAPD
near the Valero.
doubled the size. They had a pickup. They had a higher LAPD. They're going around doing sweeps looking for terrorists. High security with the bar.
It's not going to be New York, Orville.
Guess what?
It's going to
We're
be.
lucky we come here.
We're blessed to be here, and God put us here for a reason. Orville, the earthquake will affect us. But like you say, we put it on steel that can take the shock on bedrock.
Okay, we find out how much they charge too later. They'll take a boat one day.
I want to take a boat fishing.
One day.
No, I want a
fishing.
shrimp boat.
No, we won't go fishing. We take pictures.
I want to go on a shrimp boat.
But no fishing.
Just out. No, David, shut up.
What did I say?
David, I went out on shrimp boats.
I'm not going after the fish.
To get my graduation ring because I wanted a diamond, my daddy took me out shrimping. I remember sitting on the hull. The boat, the waves would blow it up. And we would hit down hard.
We buy one of those hero cameras.
God.
Hey, a hero camera. I take the video.
Today I want you to take some pictures. It's gonna be very wet. I'm scared about Gracia. They have feline flu.
Okay, remember we were having problems making phone calls? I figured out why. You know why? The phone was only on 10-20% charge. It wasn't charged.
I want to get an AT&T, but we got bills to pay. I'm gonna get a T-Mobile prepaid. I am tired of spending money that we don't have on fucking phones.
They have a $30.
We're gonna get something. We don't need the internet.
Well, you make comments telling people, no, you can't be fucking using your phone unless for work.
Exactly. We can only afford one phone. Yet I buy it and you keep this one. And you keep this garbage. I'm gonna call Track and tell them why can't we get access?
No, guess why? The phone only had 20%.
Oh, shut up.
That's right. It worked, Edgar. He did work to make the call. I made the order.
Just think, Orville.
I ordered the part. I talked. It just is hard to get
Just
through.
think, Orville. I need a phone. You don't even have a
guy has a
decent
good
jack.
phone too.
for
He has a good phone, and he had to go outside to try to get the call. The guy working there, their phones. He blessed for it. It's just the way it is.
God, I can't believe these people.
What?
The messes you go in every day and
I should have
clean.
internet too. I should have Google.
Why?
What?
Why?
It doesn't have internet?
You don't need the internet, David. Every time you use the internet, you know that paper that
Who else sent the text? I had 2 texts.
women see who the other is.
You might answer after.
I am so done. We have to be quiet, yet all our neighbors are loud. From sundown to sunrise. We need to get the fuck out of here. And you're my government program. And I do hate what you do.
Look at it. You can put all these different kinds of symbols. The guy doesn't.
David, that phone is for texts and emergencies.
Mm-hmm. Secretary
Secretary. They are such a disappointment. They vacillated,
Guess what it says?
and then they let it draw and
That's what I'm
Russia.
saying.
hit
Your
it.
service requested me to serve update. What do you mean? Did I put yes?
Yes, updated. They vacillated for years. They let Israel become what it is. And there are so many Muslims that support them.
Install. Yeah.
Let's get ready. We got to go to the Chevron.